Let's start with the claims themselves. Oscar De La Hoya, who has seen the highs and lows of boxing, expressed his disgust after watching the fight.
Oscar, let me ask you your opinion about last night. Did you stay up to watch Mike Tyson and Jake Paul?
I actually did. I actually watched it, and I felt while watching it, I felt disgusted at Jake Paul for putting this together, knowing that Tyson was 58 years old. See, I'm a fighter myself, and I once tried coming back at 48 years old, and
He accused Jake Paul and his team of exploiting a 58-year-old Mike Tyson for financial gain. In his own words, "I felt disgusted at Jake Paul for putting this together, knowing that Tyson was 58 years old." De La Hoya drew on his own experience as a fighter to back up his claims, stating that when he tried to make a comeback at 48, his body simply couldn't handle it. He suggested that Tyson's age and conditioning made him vulnerable, raising questions about the ethics of this matchup. The fight, which was streamed globally through a partnership with Netflix, drew massive attention. Jake Paul, at just 27 years old, entered the ring against Mike Tyson, a man who hadn't fought professionally in nearly 2 decades. From the opening bell, Tyson showed flashes of his legendary style, employing his iconic peekaboo stance and aggressive forward movement. But as the fight progressed, it became clear that Tyson's stamina and reflexes weren't what they used to be. Paul, on the other hand, appeared composed and strategic, ultimately winning the fight by unanimous decision. While many fans were initially in awe of the spectacle, others began to question the fight's authenticity. Was Tyson holding back? Did Paul's performance seem too rehearsed?
It's personal now! It's personal now! He must die!
De La Hoya's accusations have added fuel to these suspicions. According to De La Hoya, several moments in the fight felt choreographed. He pointed to specific exchanges where Tyson appeared to pull his punches and where Paul seemed unusually confident, almost as if he knew what was coming. De La Hoya also criticized the way the fight was marketed, claiming that the event was designed more as a spectacle than a genuine competition. With Netflix heavily promoting the fight as a historic event, De La Hoya suggested that the financial incentives may have overshadowed the sport's integrity. He implied that Tyson and Paul may have agreed to certain terms to ensure the fight would be more of a show than a contest. Jake Paul, never one to shy away from controversy, has dismissed De La Hoya's claims as baseless. In a post-fight interview, Paul said, "I was just so prepared. I had gone through the moment so many times in my head. This is my destiny, and I've earned this victory." Paul emphasized that his preparation, strategy, and faith were the keys to his success, not any behind-the-scenes deal. However, his comments have done little to quiet the skeptics who point to his track record of fighting opponents who are either much older or less experienced. Mike Tyson has largely stayed silent on the allegations, but his pre-fight comments now seem more significant. In interviews leading up to the fight, Tyson repeatedly downplayed his chances, saying that he was just excited to step back into the ring. If De La Hoya's claims are true, Tyson may have agreed to a more lenient approach in the fight to ensure his safety. However, for many fans, the idea that Tyson, one of the most feared fighters in history, would agree to a rigged fight is difficult to accept.
Dude you saw last night was from NY. He was from Brownsville. It was a whole different feeling. And like, you don't let somebody fake slap you. Like having a conversation that, hey, yeah, when you come out here, you're gonna slap me and we gonna build the fight. That's not a thing that happens. And the way that Mike attacked Jake Paul, I believe he means business. I believe this is serious. Like, pit bulls bite, period. You ever walk into a house and you see the dog and everybody's like, nah, he's docile, he don't bite, but you keep looking at him knowing that he got an issue? That's Mike Tyson. And for the first 3 rounds of this fight, even though it's only 8 rounds at 2-minute rounds apiece, Jake better run, because if at any point he wants to make this look like a real thing, he wants to make this look like he really wants to be in the ring with Mike Tyson, the old dog still can hunt, and I believe he can knock Jake out.
Tyson's legacy as a fighter who never backed down makes these accusations all the more shocking. Since De La Hoya's comments went public, the boxing world has been divided. Some fans are outraged, feeling betrayed by what they believed was a genuine clash of skill and will. Others argue that boxing has always had an element of spectacle and that this fight was no different. Prominent boxing analysts have also weighed in. Some have called for an investigation into the fight, while others believe that De La Hoya's claims are exaggerated and possibly motivated by personal bias against Paul's unconventional rise in the sport. This controversy raises serious questions about the future of boxing. If fights like these are revealed to be rigged or overly scripted, it could damage the sport's credibility. On the other hand, events like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson bring massive audiences and revenue, introducing boxing to younger generations. For purists, the balance between sport and entertainment has always been delicate. De La Hoya's allegations highlight the risks of leaning too heavily into spectacle, potentially eroding the sport's foundation.